I believe that the judiciary in the area of King and Pierce County have settled on negligence as a moral code. They do not dare challenge the dialectical UWism who we witnessed murder 3 Kennedys with lightning strikes while promoting the insidious idea that bacteriological infection was equity. I'd like to discuss some of the history of this program that comes from dialectical UW. All of us agree that literacy is a primary value, that people who can teach, who have cultural understanding and competence, should devote themselves to helping minority communities learn. There's some proof that past educational standards purposefully caused educational failure in schools by students who were given assignments that was outside of their purview. Clearly, education doesn't end at failure to school, at failure in schools where such things take place. Schools need to be adapted to reflect what's necessary for the times. We need climate change and botany. But we also need to address the interests of culturally different communities. However, the existence of minorities in America, in the United States, and in the world, while an invitation to participate in the benefits of an educational process, does not in and of itself say that the survival of some of them justifies the removal of others of them. That's not the way to play the game of life. What we see at UW Dialectical is a profound difference of opinion. They feel we should be building an ark and getting rid of the excess population. Rather than properly managing education, they feel we should sabotage them with miseducation and laugh in their faces when it blows up in their faces. That's what they've done, and that's what they're doing. Penis Gabriel of Britain is behind a great deal of savagery and cruelty. He was the person who wrote an alibi, a grotesquely false alibi, for the AIDS program on Mount Desert Island. This murderer is an extremely sadistic individual. If you look at his partnership in Pittsburgh, it comes from people like John Schulman. John Schulman himself was arrested for stealing from the Carnegie. Penis Gabriel called the thefts by this insanely criminal crime ring in the Pittsburgh area justified theft. He justified what John Schulman was doing, and he continues to justify them. In the city of Seattle, partners of these ranks continued to play this game. They hustled in Pittsburgh an alibi for torturing me and implanting a nerve agent. They knew it was in there, and they knew that I didn't. They had tortured me and implanted a mind control device. This is nobody's propaganda. You can see it. Now, they justified doing this by saying that they could show me to be an unfit person, rather than try to help me. They decided to detonate the neuroplasm, and the beneficiaries of this, what they considered to be a practical joke, blowing up the neurological system of a prey, a deaf person who they purposefully deafened because they were white, benefited a white man and his white crowd and their black audience and friends in the NAACP and particularly the Green Party. In Seattle, They made off with my fiance and held me in trauma for 12 years without telling me that they were the same people who did it. And they leaned on somebody who I considered to be the best of them to go along with this. And you can see it. He had me arrested for something that was spurious. And they pounced when they had his okay. And he admitted afterwards, Mac was never a danger to this community. He admitted his mistake in writing, and he had to leave that facility. John Schulman and Owen Riley are a little different. Owen Riley simply went along with these headhunters. John Schulman was one of the headhunters. The Seattle and Pierce County judiciary are more like Owen Riley, most of them. But I have questions if some of them might be more like John Schulman. To me, it doesn't matter. The consequences have been devastating. The consequences have been murder. They covered for the AIDS attack and launched the bonus attack. Nobody's going to admit that. Penis Gabriel has won. He has won by lying, by thieving, by fraud, by criminal insanity, and by the old European repast of extermination politics.